Hi everyone, in this tutorial video, we will understand the bind method with the help of a class and we will create an object of that class. So if you don't know, with the help of ECMAScript 6 conventions, we can create a class in JavaScript. So I'm going to create a new class person, and then I'm going to define a constructor here, constructor, and I'm going to type first name, last name, this dot first name equal to first name, and this dot last name is equal to this dot, and then I'm going to create a new method here which would return full name. So full name, return this dot first name plus space and this dot last name. So we have defined our class here. Now let's create an object of it. So const p1 equal to new person, and then I would give my name Vinay and my last name is Dubey, and then let's try to print my full name here. So I would call p1 dot full name, and this would print my full name. So here we are invoking this full name method on this p1 object, and this keyword within the full name method is bounded by the person object. So here this keyword is bounded by the p1 object. Now let's take a reference of this full name. So const ref full name equal to p1 dot full name, and then let's try to execute this ref full name. So as we can see here that we cannot read first name because this ref full name function is getting executed in the global scope, and this keyword here is no longer bounded by the p1 object. So here this keyword is no longer bounded by p1 object. So in order to bind it back to the p1 object, we have to call full name dot bind and then p1, and this bind method would return a new function that is bounded by this p1 object. And as you can see here, the ref full name is printing my name. So this is one way of binding the methods to the object. Now if you don't want to bind it outside of the class, you can bound this full name within the class. So I'm just going to remove this bind from here, and then within the constructor I can bind this full name method to the object. So what I'm going to do here is this dot full name dot bind, and I would just invoke this. So this dot full name is equal to this dot full name dot bind this, and this means whatever object that we have created with this class. So here we have created new person with Vinay and Dubey, and this full name is bounded to this Vinay and Dubey. So here as you can see that it's printing my name. Now you can also bind it with the help of arrow function. So what I can do here is I'll get rid of this, and then I can bind my full name method with the help of arrow function. So as you can see here, my name is printed again. So we have seen three different use cases of bind. I personally prefer arrow functions, but you can use any of these.